This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newt Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Blatt Kia of Abington.
Good evening and welcome to Pleasantville High School, where the Greyhounds will be hosting the Falcons of Oakcrest in another game. Of course, in a series of video streams produced by Prime Events in association with the Jim Newt Schaefer Foundation to promote high school sports. Tony Blum, Amal Johnson next to me, and we're looking forward to hopefully a good game. I may know one thing, after what happened yesterday, Pleasantville just could not wait to get back on the court, losing by 20 to Atlantic City in the battle by the Bay, but they only trailed by 2 at the end of the first quarter, but then Atlantic City just pulled away the rest of the way.
Short-lived. The game's over yesterday. Pleasantville fought hard early, Lost to a better Atlantic City team, but they get right back out of today. And against an Oakcrest team that's been up and down this year. But ironically, both of these teams right now are fighting for a spot in the Group 2 playoffs. They're right up, one's right above the other. Pleasantville won the early head-to-head matchup 73-37. One of Pleasantville's best players from that game, Jamil Hudson, who had a double-double, he isn't playing tonight. So we'll see how different this game is going to be here tonight.
Third-year coach Cameron Warner comes back to his old stomping grounds where he had, you could say, tremendous success here playing for the Greyhounds. Scored over 1,700 points, went on to Ryder to score over 1,800 points, and comes back here to where he had all that success, and he was just an outstanding player.
The coaches, who are two of the best players of their era in the Cow, that battled a few times in the Battle by the Bay, which we were at yesterday. Cameron Warner graduated in 05, Frank Turner graduated in 06. So it'll be interesting to watch these two not actually be on the court tonight, but lead their teams to battle tonight and see who comes out with the victory.
And it was interesting yesterday because turnovers, Frank Turner said, hey, turnovers have really hurt us. 22 turnovers yesterday that led to 19 Atlantic City points. And so they have to really settle down with the turnovers. And one thing that was interesting that he said, I thought, is some of our players have never played basketball before. So he really has kind of a clean slate with some of these guys just to mold them into players. And he said we can't wait to get back to that same game next year because that'll be a completely different story.
Yeah, talking to Coach Turner, like you said, not many basketball players, but they have a lot of athletes. As you can see, they are one of the best defensive teams in the conference, just have an issue with scoring. Also turning the ball over. Turning the ball over has been a big problem for Pleasantville all year. 16 first-half turnovers yesterday. Like you said, down 2 at the end of the first, went to halftime down 15. Turnovers killed them. Atlantic City scored easy baskets, and Pleasantville couldn't get back in the game. Tonight, they definitely have to find a way to not turn the ball over, get some good sets, and, of course, get after Oakcrest defensively.
And Zamat Dozier looks like he's going to be a player, only a sophomore at 6'3", and he is probably going to be their best player going forward, but there's going to be more infusion of players into this Pleasantville team because when you look back at all those great teams they had here at Pleasantville, not only great teams but great players. They've won championships, and he's looking, Frank Turner, to do that once again.
Yes, and Samaj Dozier, he comes from a lineage of the Doziers here in Pleasantville. His dad, which was one of the best players that come out of Pleasantville High School, had a great career. He had a brother that graduated a few years ago, Samir Dozier, and he has another brother who's in the 8th grade who's coming up to play here next year, which I believe he will be the starting point guard for Pleasantville next year, Seth Dozier. So the Doziers have been around for a while, and there's still many more of them to come. And listen, they have a legacy here, and they're all heck of some basketball players.
Nice when you have a family like that. It has so many talented players. So we're going to be set for the opening tip-off here from Pleasantville, Oakcrest, on the road at Pleasantville, and we'll do that right after this.
Jim Schaefer started his life in Egg Harbor City, where he was a three-sport all-star at Egg Harbor City High School. From there, he went on to succeed in two sports at Glassboro State College, eventually landing back in high school sports at Mainland Regional High School. He coached three sports to championship seasons at Mainland, coached college basketball, became a successful umpire, and was a key member of the Prime Event sports team. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation has been created to produce this live coverage of high school sports and to raise money for equipment and scholarships for sports programs of all ages. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's AJ Greenblatt. I'm the dealer principal here at Matt Blatt Nissan. We have an amazing staff. I'm truly so blessed to be able to work with people who I really consider my family, who I talk to every single day. I feel if you walk into any of our dealerships, you're met with an overwhelming positive energy. Everybody says hi to you. It feels like a really good place to be at. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to buy a car. You know, for those of you in the automotive field that are looking, there's no better place to work than Matt Blatt dealerships. And for customers looking to buy cars, there's no one more transparent. There's no process that's easier. We'll deliver cars to your house without ever having to step foot in the dealership. We have a 4-day love it or leave it return policy. So if you're not totally happy, you just bring the car right back to us. It's not an exchange program. We genuinely care about you being happy. You know, we think that this is such an easy, positive experience that most dealers make so difficult that if you come in and you give us one opportunity, we know that we can make you a customer for life.
This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Blatt Kia of Abington.
All right, just about set for the opening tip from Pleasantville. Oakcrest comes in 7 up and 10 down, and Pleasantville 7 and 11 on the season. And as my partner once said just earlier in this live stream, they're looking to position themselves to get a better seed in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. So waiting for the introductions of players. One thing we are grateful for, and that is the jerseys and the numbers for Pleasantville here at home. Much better than what we saw yesterday at Battle by the Beach. It was really Battle by the Bay, really hard to see him. Andres Diggs will be starting, a 6'3 senior, along with LeVar Price. Zachary Forrest, number 2, 6'1 senior. Mason Webster and Nyree Montford for the Falcons. And now we turn our attention to the Greyhounds of Pleasantville. Demaz Dozier, a 6'3 sophomore. Joining him will be Tyrese Barnes, 5'11 sophomore. Terrell Henry, a 6'1 sophomore. Nasir Naji, 6'2 junior. And Amir McGraw, a 6'1 junior. I like the way McGraw handled the ball against Atlantic City. He's looks like he could be an outstanding guard, a playmaker, or a point guard. So have to watch him again this evening against Oakcrest.
As you stated, the Cal tournament is upon us very soon. I believe next week we get the first round games. This game has a lot of implications on what team will play each other in the first round of the Cal tournament. Possibly these two teams could match up again, maybe for the third time. So it's interesting tonight. It's a lot on the line right now. It doesn't seem like such a big game, but has a lot of playoff implications going on throughout the rest of the season, as both of these teams are also in the same group for state playoffs.
Montfort will jump it up for Oakcrest. Dozier for Pleasantville, and it's controlled by Oakcrest. Here's Diggs, right sideline. Diggs with a step, Diggs down the lane for a floater that is no good, and the rebound is taken off by Pleasantville, but the upcourt pass poked away by Price, retained by Pleasantville.
Almost an early turnover in the first possession of the game. I'm sure Coach Turner isn't pleased with that pass right there made by the young big man Henry. Pleasantville has to control the ball, has to limit turnovers tonight.
McGraw center court. Goes left sideline to Barnes. They swing it right baseline. Najee, left-hand corner for the long-range jumper that is no good by Dozier, and the rebound comes down to McGraw. In a hurry to the forecourt. One-hander from the left baseline is no good by Price, and it's rebounded by Pleasantville. Barnes across the timeline for the scoop. That is no good. Tapped out and taken by Forrest. Center court. Go ahead, sorry.
Both teams look a little anxious tonight, trying to see someone settle down in the half court and see who gets the first bucket of the evening.
Diggs cuts in, looks to scoop it home, but he's called for traveling before he can get it off.
Another turnover. Minute 15, still have a scoreless game.
McGraw snaps right sideline to Barnes, returns to McGraw. Watched by Price. To Barnes. They play catch with it. Swing it left sideline for Dozier. Back the other way to Barnes. McGraw, Barnes, lets fly from deep, rims out, and Montfort comes up with a rebound. Leaves it for Price.
Oakcrest just came out in a 1-2-2 early, daring Pleasantville to shoot the ball.
Right-hand corner, the jumper is no good by Webster. Here's Pleasantville the other way. McGraw driving the baseline. Outside, errant pass is taken off by Price. 1-on-2, loses. Still loose on the floor. Retained by Oakcrest. Now a scramble. And last touched, I believe it was last touched by Pleasantville, and Oakcrest will possess the basketball. Tossing in will be Forrest. Looking, continues to look, comes far outside, and it's taken by Webster. Leaves it for Diggs. Sends left side for Monk. Check that. Left side for Webster. Webster with a step. Spin move, but no result. Rebound comes down to Dozier. Up court it goes for Barnes. Now he finds McGraw left sideline. Cross court pass. Here's Dozier. The long range pop is no good, and the rebound again, Mumford. He's been active on the boards. To the forecourt. Looking to set it up. Right sideline to Price. Outside jumper is no good. That by Price.
Got some lids on the rim tonight. 3 minutes into the game. No buckets just yet. Still 0-0.
Taken up court. The scoop is no good. Blocked away. No call for goaltending.
Looks like a goaltender right there, Tony. Pleasantville defender definitely got away with one.
Yeah. Scoop on the drive again. Dozier cannot convert. Back the other way, Montfort. Down the lane for the scoop. That is good. There you go.
The first basket of the game. Naree Montfort starts the game up 2-0, almost 4 minutes into the first quarter before we get our first bucket tonight.
Najee leaves it for Dozier. Right sideline, Barnes holds it. Now center court, McGraw. To Barnes, loose for the jumper. That is good for three.
It's a good one. Good to see that go down for Takis Barnes. Got an early 3-2 lead for Pleasantville. This game definitely hasn't started off like it did in the first matchup between both of these teams. Pleasantville scored 52 points in the first matchup in the first half.
That's right. Pull up for Mumford is short, out of bounds, and it'll be Pleasantville basketball. Checking in now is Abdul.
Pleasantville's definitely behind pace, Tony, from the first game. Let's see if they can pick up the score. 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Pleasantville holds 3-2.
Henry will sit down as Abdul checks in. Here is Abdul, left sideline. Very good ball handler as they swing it right side. Down low for Najee. Triple team underneath finds Dozier. His flip is short. Again on the rebound, but he's fouled by Mumford. Little exchange of pleasantries there between the two players. And let's see if they're going to get a call here.
Looks like Samaj Dozier got away with a little push. And then number 5 from Oakcrest, Naree Montfort, said something that warranted a technical foul.
That's right.
You know what they say, Tony? The second man always gets caught.
That's exactly right. So what's going to happen here then is 2 shots for Dozier. Let's see. Are they going to shoot it?
Yes. So in a high school game, if I'm not wrong, I believe is also a technical foul is a personal foul as well, correct?
I believe you're right. First is good.
So that's 2 fouls on Naree Montfort to start this game. The only person who has scored so far for Oakcrest.
And, of course, the other thing, the kicker, is that they also get the ball.
Yes.
So, in the middle of a game, this is not the middle of the game, but, I mean, that could be a huge, huge swing.
Oh, so he gets 4 foul shots. He was fouled on the shot attempt as well as the technical. So he gets 4 shots right here.
So missed 2 out of 3 thus far. And he will get 1 more. They lead at 4-2, does Pleasantville. 6'3" sophomore. And he hits. In, out, and back in again. 5-2.
So first 4.5 minutes, been a lot of action. Not a lot of scoring, but a lot of action.
McGraw walks it across. Barnes, right sideline, returns to McGraw. Along the left sideline, Abdul sets, and he hits from downtown.
Right off the bench. Hassan Abdul hasn't seen too many shots this season that he hasn't liked.
Left side for the jumper that is no good by Webster. Najee up court to Barnes, down the lane for the scoop that is no good. Rebound tap, no good, and it's taken off by Diggs. Looking to spin away, able to control the basketball. Whips it left-hand corner for the side jump. That is good for 3. That was Price.
LeVar Price with the 3. 8-5 lead for Pleasantville.
Barnes. Right-hand corner, Najee for the side jumper. That's too strong. And the rebound, last touched by Mumford, I believe, but it'll be Pleasantville basketball with 2:36 left in this opening quarter. Inbound pass, Dozier.
Nice block.
The block.
Nice block by Andres Diggs. Dozier thought he had an easy 2. Diggs snuck up behind him for the rejection. Nice pass underneath. And one.
Yeah. Mumford breaks free, flashed across the baseline, and they found him, and he hit.
It's a nice pass by Forrest. Mumford has an early 4. Looks like someone that they go to often for scoring. So we got to pay attention to those 2 early fouls. See how much of a factor that could play early in this game.
Jaden Collins checks in. Free throw is no good, but he hustles for the rebound, but it's taken off by Najee. Here's McGraw. Abdul returns to McGraw. Watched by Price. With a step down the lane for the scoop, left-handed, and he hits.
Nice basket. Wasn't very good defense by Oakcrest, but a good basket. Amir McGraw gets to see an easy one go in.
Forrest, up-court pass is picked off by Barnes. Barnes down the lane. Barnes nearly called for steps, but instead the possession arrow, I believe, we can see it down the table from us does favor Pleasantville, and they will keep possession.
Pleasantville starting to force some turnovers with that press. Got to find a way to turn those turnovers into points.
McGraw cutting in. Neely loses outside. Dozier sends outside for Abdul. With a step down the lane. Now cuts in and drops it home.
Basket.
Like back step by Abdul.
Abdul comes in the game off the bench with a quick 5 points. Pleasantville adding some pressure in the backcourt. Oakcrest forced to call a timeout.
1:32 left here in this opening quarter. Pleasantville on top 12-7. Winning teams know that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 115 years, Calvi Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer an unparalleled level of electrical expertise and service to every single customer. Now you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements. And they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Calvi Electric a part of your winning team. Call 609-345-0151 or visit CalviElectric.com. So it's been an entertaining first quarter, as you mentioned. Not much scoring, but kind of end-to-end action. Both teams starting to get into the flow a little better here late in the first quarter.
Yes, senior guard Hassan Abdul, came off the bench for Pleasantville with a quick 5 points. So Pleasantville's getting to the flow just a little bit. 12 points after not scoring for the first 3 minutes of the game. Defensively, this is what Pleasantville likes to do. They like to scrap the game up, get after you, force turnovers, and that's what they're starting to do. They're starting a full-court press. But, of course, you have to score to be able to full-court press. So as they started scoring, they're able to get into their press and forced a few turnovers. Oakcrest just had to call a timeout.
Forrest will trigger to Price. Turns to Forrest. Now Price up high. Mumford. Cross-court pass. Loose for the jumper. That is good.
Webster. 4-3. Mason Webster.
Center court, McGraw. They swing Barnes right-hand corner. He drives and he banks it home.
Tough basket for Takis Barnes. Pleasantville's getting to the rim now. Starting to make plays. Putting some pressure on Oakcrest guards. Let's see if they're able to handle it.
Price down the lane for the scoop that is no good, and the rebound comes down to Barnes. Barnes to the forecourt in a hurry. Down the lane, no good. But a whistle on the play.
Offensive foul. That was a tough one right there. Offensive foul one. Takis Barnes said he lowered the shoulder.
Coach Turner not agreeing with the call. Just to our left.
Nah, I wasn't pleased with that one. That was a questionable one right there.
Up high, Mumford. He has a step. He's down the lane, and he hits. He's strong. Not only he's got 6'2", but he's strong.
Yes, Mumford with an early 6 points in this quarter. Has 6 of Oakcrest's 12.
Abdul, again, left alone for 3. This off the back iron. The rebound tapped out of bounds, but saved by Pleasantville. Underneath, Najee sends outside for McGraw.
Boom!
The left-handed 3.
Amir McGraw with a big shot. Amir McGraw 2 for 2 early in this game.
Richardson looking to turn the corner, and he's fouled by Barnes.
Wasn't a bad foul situation, though, as it's only 3 seconds left in the quarter and only have 2 team fouls. But for Barnes, that was his second. I'm sure Coach Turner would not like Barnes to have pick up that foul, as he's one of Pleasantville's best defenders.
Edwin Noel checks in to replace Barnes. Underneath, great work, and the finish by Mumford at the buzzer.
Mumford with 8 of Oakcrest's 14 first quarter points.
Pleasantville leads it 17-14. We'll have quarter number 2 right after this.
Jim Schaefer started his life in Egg Harbor City, where he was a 3-sport all-star at Egg Harbor City High School. From there, he went on to succeed in 2 sports at Glassboro State College, eventually landing back in high school sports at Mainland Regional High School. He coached 3 sports to championship seasons at Mainland, coached college basketball, became a successful umpire, and was a key member of the Prime Event sports team. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation has been created to produce this live coverage of high school sports and to raise money for equipment and scholarships for sports programs of all ages. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation.
It's a President's Day sale all month long only at Matt Black Kia of Abington. Right now, put 0 down and pay 0.9% interest for 48 months on any all-new 2023 Kia Sorento. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released. Our trade-in offers have never been higher, and we want your trade even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. And remember, with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, you simply can't make a mistake. Come visit us now at 1515 Easton Road in Roslyn, PA. It's gotta be a Matt Black Kia.
We go to quarter number 2. Oakcrest starts out with the basketball. Price works against Abdul, spinning. Now down the lane, but runs into some opposition there in traffic, and he lost it. Right side, Richardson.
Coach Warner should feel very happy with the way the first quarter went. After the first game, losing by about 40, only being down 3 at the end of the first quarter on the road should make him feel very confident about his team right now. Coach Turner doesn't seem a little too happy to our left. I'm sure he's expecting more out of his Pleasantville team as they just turned the ball over, which is one of the keys to this game. Pleasantville cannot turn the ball over if they expect to win tonight.
Diggs checks back in. He will replace Forrest. Now Well getting set to report back in for Pleasantville. And sitting down will be Najee. Oakcrest basketball. Here's Diggs. Mumford up high, and they say it was a over and back turnover. So that kind of a self-inflicted wound right there.
Yeah, unforced turnovers. I know Coach Warner cannot be happy with that. Simple. Pleasantville's playing back, wasn't applying too much pressure. Just got his feet mixed up. Came across half court and stepped back. So it's a turnover. Ball back to Pleasantville.
Brief timeout for Richardson to lace up his shoes. He's ready to go, and so are we. So it'll be Abdul tossing in from the far sideline, and it comes to McGraw. Watched by Price. Underneath, Noel. Left-hand corner, Abdul. He's done some damage from there. Now underneath finds Noel, cuts in. No good, but he's hacked on the play. That's Collins with a personal foul. So free throws coming for Noel. 5'10" junior. First, no good. Check that. I'm sorry. That's Nelson, not Noel. I've got the teams confused. Pardon me. He will get another. Second is good. (18-14).
So there's been no rhythm early to this game offensively. It's been a lot of turnovers, a lot of up and down. A lot of missed shots. Both teams aren't shooting very well from the field. Not sure if it's defense or teams just can't find the mark tonight.
Two opportunities there for Pleasantville. The missed shot and then the putback no good. Down the lane for the scoop. This time good by Price.
That's a tough basket right there by LeVar Price. Had a 1-on-2. I thought he might have stopped and brought it back out, but he got to the rim and was able to finish. Oakcrest down 2, 18-16.
And free throw line jumper is good by Nelson. And a whistle. Seems like we have another shoe tying situation here. This one, McGraw, he's all set now.
2016, early in the second quarter, Pleasantville's up.
Looking for help. Coming to help him out is Webster on the inbound. Diggs spinning away. Watched by McGraw. Handling outside. Now an errant pass left side. Down the lane for the scoop. That is good. Easy bucket right there for Abdul, who's come off the bench for 7 already. Again, the inbound pass, the interception. That by Dozier. Underneath for the scoop. No good, but Munford's going to pick up a foul.
That's his third of the first half. Might have to sit till halftime, Tony. That's a big foul right here. We picked up that technical early, which was 2 fouls.
So timeout called by Oakcrest.
So now Coach Warner, he's trying to think it over right now. His leading scorer right now, Reed Monfort, has picked up his 3rd foul early in the second quarter. We still have 5:47 remaining before halftime.
Little careless play there by Oakcrest. I mean, 2 interceptions on the inbound pass leading to possibly 2 buckets, and you just can't have that. I mean, they've been in this game, and they are in this game. Only 22-16 down to Pleasantville, but those careless turnovers are really something that can hurt you and cause you to lose, in the end, lose the basketball game.
Yes, Pleasantville hasn't had an answer yet. Oakcrest hasn't had an answer yet for Pleasantville's full-court pressure. Only thing is, Pleasantville is not converting off of the turnovers, therefore keeping Oakcrest still in this game early, as it's only a 6-point lead for Pleasantville.
So both teams now talking it over. I think that Oakcrest might have turned the 30 into a full timeout, what they did. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer than we anticipated. But still, 22-16, 5:47 left till halftime here from Pleasantville. Greyhounds coming off the loss yesterday at Battle by the Bay, and that was quite an event. You did a great job on the sideline talking to the coaches and really added a lot to the live stream.
Yeah, we had a good time yesterday. That was one of the biggest crowds in most recent years that I've seen at the Battle by the Bay. It's a big event for the community, Atlantic City and Pleasantville. We like to say we're like cousins. Pleasantville, Atlantic City, a lot of people are related to each other, come out, and that game up until 2 years ago was always on Super Bowl Sunday. So everyone went to the Battle by the Bay, then hurry up and rushed home for a Super Bowl. Now it's a little different. NFL added Week 18, so you get a little open week, getting ready for the Super Bowl next week. But we had a good time yesterday. It was fun working with you. And shout out to our guy, Jim Schaefer. I'm sure he's watching this live stream right now.
Yeah, we wish him all the best with his surgery and a speedy recovery as well. Great guy. Left side, the jumper by Forrest is way short, and the rebound taken off, though, by Oakcrest. Cutting in for the short jump. That was Walker, Kevin Walker, no good, and the rebound taken off by Nelson. Nelson, center court, Richardson. There's a huge opening, but deflected, and he's still able to get the rebound for the putback.
Pleasantville's looking like they're getting a little added pep to their step. Started off a little slow, getting the rust off from yesterday, and looked like they was getting to it. Up 9 right now with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Diggs looking to set the offense, call out a set play. Now here's Price. Price works against the pressure of Abdul. looking to cut down the lane, but then he's cut off, and Abdul intercepts ahead to Dozier down the lane for the left-handed scoop that is good.
Nice move by Dozier. Pleasantville's leads in the double digits now.
Walker, left-hand corner, sends outside for Diggs. Cross-court pass. Here's Forrest. Right-hand corner for the long-range jumper. That is good for 3. That was Webster.
It's Mason Webster with a second 3 of the game. He's averaging 18 points on the season. Over the last 4, he's averaging 30 points per game. So look out for Mason Webster. He could get hot from behind the arc.
Long-range pop is no good, but the rebound taken off by Pleasantville. And again, that's the kind of thing you just can't have. Here's McGraw looking to penetrate. Underneath finds a teammate, but then kicked back out to McGraw. Left-hand corner side jump. That is good for 3. That was Richardson.
Big shot by Kamani Richardson. 5 quick points off the bench for Pleasantville with 30-19 lead.
Left-hand corner side jumper is no good. That again by Walker. Pleasantville back the other way. Abdul to McGraw. Up high for Nelson. Rattles out on the rebound. It's taken off by Diggs.
Coach Turner is begging his team to turn it up. Feels as though they're playing a little too slow. We keep hearing them yell out, go, go, go. But they're playing very patient right now.
Here's Diggs. Works against McGraw. Off the pick from Forrest. Left side, long-range jumper is good.
That's the freshman, Kevin Walker, for 3.
30-22 now. And a push going to be called on Oakcrest. That's going to be picked up by Mason Webster.
Seems like every time Pleasantville looks to make a run, Oakcrest answers with a big 3, cutting the lead back down to 8 points.
Yeah, the scoring really has picked up here in the second quarter. McGraw. Richardson. McGraw. Here's Abdul back to McGraw. Richardson with an opening down the lane for the floater that is no good. Rebound is taken off by Forrest.
The zone by Oakcrest is seeming to give Pleasantville a little trouble in the half court. Pleasantville can't hit an open shot. They're having a lot of trouble penetrating to the basket. That basket was by Zachary Forrest of Oakcrest, 6'1" senior with his first basket of the game.
Left-hand corner for McGraw. The jumper, no good. The rebound. Abdul cuts in and drops it home. Now, Abdul is a 5'8" senior, but in there among the big people to drop it in.
Yeah, Abdul coming in playing much bigger than the 5'8" guard that he is, bringing a big spark off the bench with the early 9 points in this first half.
Left side, Forrest. Left-hand corner, he looks for Price, sends outside for Diggs. Down the lane and hits.
Very acrobatic move for the 6'3" senior. Cuts Pleasantville's lead to 6.
Left-hand corner, Nilsson. Center court, Richardson all alone, but decides not to take it. Abdul for 3. So Abdul is on a tear here with 11 points off the bench. Here's Price down the lane, looks to find Webster, right-hand corner, but knocked away and out of bounds.
Hassan Abdul is all over the floor tonight. He's coming in, got some big buckets. What does he have, Tony, 11 or 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have him for 11.
Okay. He's playing big tonight. He's bringing that spark off the bench for Pleasantville. Since he came in the game, the scoring has picked up. Pleasantville has 35 points as of right now.
Reyes also in the ball game for Pleasantville. Johnson having trouble. Left-hand corner finds an open jumper that is no good. And the rebound taken off by Pleasantville. Ahead to Dozier. Dozier to the right baseline. Spins to his left. And he's called for steps. Oakcrest will have the basketball with just 46.1 seconds remaining.
Dozier was pushing the break and had a wide open Amir McGraw in the corner for three. He missed them, and it turned into a turnover. Sure, coach isn't too happy about that. Almost had a chance to extend this lead before halftime.
Price, right-hand corner. The jump is good.
Just as we said, every time it seems like Pleasantville is about to pull away, Oakcrest comes with a big three-pointer. It's about the third time that it cut the lead back down to about 5 or 6 with the big three.
McGraw, right-hand corner, has it tapped away, and Pleasantville, I believe, is going to retain possession. They will.
12 seconds. I'm sure Coach Turner would like to hold for one. Try to extend this 6-point lead into the half, either up to 8 or 9.
They will have the basketball. McGraw will toss in. Here's Richardson, left-hand corner, loose for the three that is no good off the back of the rim and tapped out. Here's another attempt. Abdul for three with 3 seconds left.
Hassan Abdul's on fire in the first half here tonight. 38-29, Pleasantville going into the break. That was a big basket. Pleasantville could walk in with their head up just a little bit. I'm sure Coach Turner isn't too happy with all the turnovers. And on the opposite side, I'm sure Coach Warner is kind of pleased. Last game they lost 73-37. So going into the half down 9, 38-29. I'm sure they have some things to improve on, cut down the turnovers, and get the game into the half court in the second half.
Yeah, there's no question they have had turnovers, have Oakcrest, and that has led to some baskets by Pleasantville. But for the most part, they've been fighting them tooth and nail, and they are trailing 38-29 to the Pleasantville Greyhounds, who are looking to sweep the Falcons this season and, of course, improve their position in the Cape Atlantic League. So we'll be back with more right after this.
This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newt Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Blatt Kia of Abington.
It's a President's Day sale all month long only at Matt Blatt Kia of Abington. Right now, put 0 down and pay 0.9% interest for 48 months on any all-new 2023 Kia Sorento. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Blatt Kia wants to get you released. Our trade-in offers have never been higher, and we want your trade even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. And remember, with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, you simply can't make a mistake. Come visit us now at 1515 Easton Road in Roslyn, PA. It's gotta be a Matt Blatt Kia.
This live stream is presented by UBS. At UBS, they're reimagining the power of people and capital to create a better world for all, a world that's fair, that's sustainable, and that gives everyone the opportunity to thrive. A key part is in making connections, drawing on a global ecosystem of partners, clients, and communities to share ideas, bring opportunities to life, and make a real impact. For more information, reach out to Jim Travis at 215-496-2122. Start the conversation with UBS. Most people know about Jim Schaefer Jr. and his coaching success in basketball. He was part of 3 state championship teams at Atlantic City High School. Now, through the team at X&O Analytics and Consulting, he not only analyzes sports teams, players, and coaches, but also businesses to improve productivity, performance, and efficiency. NDAs are included. They have experience at the professional, collegiate, high school, and lower levels, as well as small and corporate businesses. Contact them at 609-892-6920 and add Coach Schaefer to your team. Jim Schaefer started his life in Egg Harbor City, where he was a 3-sport all-star at Egg Harbor City High School. From there, he went on to succeed in 2 sports at Glassboro State College, eventually landing back in high school sports at Mainland Regional High School. He coached 3 sports to championship seasons at Mainland, coached college basketball, became a successful umpire, and was a key member of the Prime Event sports team. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation has been created to produce this live coverage of high school sports and to raise money for equipment and scholarships for sports programs of all ages. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You see my kid?
Yeah.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
Your actions in the stands impact participating students, including your child. Be respectful. Be supportive. Do your part in creating a positive and educational environment for everyone. To learn more, watch the Parent Seat video at the NFHS Learning Center.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Timeout, timeout! Timeout, timeout! Timeout, timeout, timeout! Timeout! Hey, bring it in! Let's go! On the move! Come on, get the homie!
Bring it in. Listen up. Get tight.
Hey, guys, listen. This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup. Hate.
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 Hate. Hate. Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields, but in our country.
In our communities.
On our streets.
In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
To stop it. Stop it. The anger.
The hostility.
The pain.
So let's take this moment
Right now. To change the momentum.
And call a timeout.
On hate.
on hate.
On hate.
Together. Together.
Together!
This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Blatt Kia of Abington.
All right, we go to half number 2. Pleasantville on top, 38-29. And the story in this game has definitely been Hassan Abdul coming off the bench to spark the Greyhounds. 15 points. He's been outstanding.
Yes, I'm sure that Coach Turner is in love with the way Abdul has come off the bench and brought energy, both defensively and offensively, leading scorer in the game right now, as you stated, with 15 points. But I think conversations were a little bit different at halftime. Coach Turner didn't seem too happy with only a 9-point lead at halftime. But on the other side, Coach Warner, I believe that he took a lot of good out of the first half. So only down 9. Naree Monfort, who's their leading scorer right now, with 8, went to the bench early in the second quarter with about 5 minutes to go with his third foul. So Monfort being out the game, they were getting killed a little bit on the offensive glass. And I believe that him being back in the game in the second half, he can play a big difference. So let's see how this second half plays out. It's very interesting. When he went to the bench, things got a little bit better for Pleasantville. When he was on the court, Pleasantville was having a tough time trying to stop him inside.
So here we go. 38-29. Halftime score. Ocean City leads Mainland 27-23. Second time they've played this season. Ocean City winning the first at home. They are now on the road at Mainland. So a tight game between those two rivals. Here's McGraw. Sends left side for Barnes. Outside for McGraw. Up top, down the lane for Henry.
Ooh.
I think we heard a slap there, but there was no call.
We heard that slap.
On the other end, it's Bryce driving, taking it the distance. And it's now 38-31. You see Frank Turner right in front of us saying, I think everybody here in the gym heard that.
Everybody. It's 3 officials on the floor. There's no way that call goes uncalled.
Abdul lets fly from downtown, and he is sizzling here this evening. Another 3.
Hassan Abdul with 18 points to lead Pleasantville, give them the early 10-point lead here in the third quarter.
Diggs up high. Left side he finds Forrest. Spins. Short jump is no good. Rebound. It comes down to Henry. Down court underneath.
Nice pass.
Barnes drops it home. Interesting that Dozier does not appear to be starting here in this second half of play.
Yes, they started Hassan Abdul, who was on the bench, who started the game on the bench. So now they put him in the starting lineup to start the second half, and he's bringing that spark. He came out with the early 3, then a beautiful pass underneath to Takis Barnes for the layup. So Coach Turner's call is paying off early here in the third quarter.
Going with a hot hand, as they say. Diggs works against Najee, gets the step and gets the roll.
Diggs is very athletic. It's his second acrobatic move that he made going to the basket here in this game today.
Abdul, right sideline. Cross court for Barnes. For Najee. Outside Barnes again, sideline. They swing it right side for Abdul. They're looking for him now, it seems. Here's Barnes, drives the baseline, has it tipped away, last touched by Pleasantville. 43-33, the Greyhounds. Diggs moves it across in deliberate fashion. Met by Barnes. Here's the acceleration. Right side for Price. Abdul applies the pressure. Price now gets the step, right-hand corner. Leaves it outside for the 3.
Webster.
That was Webster. You talked about him coming on the last few games.
Yes, Webster is 3 for 4 tonight from 3 with 9 points.
McGraw. Abdul again will let fly from downtown. And he has got 21, and we're still early in the third quarter.
Hassan Abdul is having himself a game tonight.
Right-hand corner, no good. That one taken by Webster, rebounded by Henry. for Walker. Down the lane for the scoop that is no good. Rebound taken off by Pleasantville, but there's going to be a foul underneath. Going to be picked up by Forrest.
Wasn't sure if that foul was going to be a call on Forrest or Monfort. Good for Oakcrest that the foul went to Forrest, and Monfort didn't pick up his fourth early in the second half.
McGraw looking in, continues to look. Here's Abdul. Abdul watched by Price. Cross court for Barnes. Abdul. McGraw looking to make the move. Trying to send cross court for Barnes, but tipped away and out of bounds. Last touch by the Falcons.
I've noticed that Price has made an effort in this last possession at least to start face guarding Abdul, trying to keep the ball out of his hands and not let him get in range to be able to pull up for another three.
Here's Abdul. He's cut off. Barnes to Abdul. McGraw, and he is bumped by Webster. So they've mostly been giving Abdul the shot. I mean, he's been open. There's no question about it. And he's going to trigger.
Yes, he's hit 5 threes so far tonight.
Barnes, McGraw, Abdul to the baseline. Feeds down low, but it's picked off. Ahead is Forrest, looking to feed Webster out of bounds. Last touch, though, by the Falcons.
And that's Abdul forcing the turnover on the defensive end. So he made a good pass, was turned into a turnover, ran down court, playing some defense, and forced the turnover on the opposite end.
Oakcrest applying some pressure. Up court Barnes as they break it underneath to the cutter. That's Henry, drops it in.
Nice pass and beautiful execution by Pleasantville on that press break. Exactly how you want it. It should lead to a layup on the opposite end. 48-36, 4:08 remaining in the third quarter.
Winning teams now that know, I should say, that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 115 years, Calvi Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer unparalleled level of electrical expertise to every single customer. Now you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements, and they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Calvi Electric a part of your winning team. Call 609-345-0151 or visit CalviElectric.com.
Shout out to Calvi Electric, my guy Mike Brussel over there. Big supporter, Calvi Electric, big supporter of the Battle by the Bay. Scholarships for the kids, for the local communities here in Atlantic City and Pleasantville. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, Battle by the Bay has contributed over $300,000 to those kids, local kids. So not just a basketball tournament. Inbound pass, here's Abdul. To McGraw, looking to feed down low, but knocked away by Forrest. 4:03 left, third quarter. 48-36, the Greyhounds. Barnes up high for McGraw. Swing it left side for Abdul. Back the other way for Barnes. Down low. Here's Henry. Nearly has it taken away by Mumford. Straightaway jumper is no good by McGraw. Here's Mumford, who's been quiet here in this third quarter. Offensively, of course, he picked up those 3 fouls in the first half, but hasn't really been done much offensively in the third.
I would like to see McGraw make that extra pass and swing it to the corner as he had Abdul sitting on the left wing wide open. Got to feed the hot hand. Got to feed the hot hand. I know McGraw's looking for his, but sometimes you just got to make that extra pass and feed the hot hand for tonight.
Frankel Reyes checks in, and Barnes will sit down. Here is Mumford.
Mumford's been quiet here in this second half after picking up those 3 fouls early in the second quarter. Oakcrest is going to need him to get active offensively if they want to be in this game.
Jumper right-hand corner way short, and the rebound is tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Oakcrest. Henry battling in there and last touched by the Falcons. Reyes. Cross court. McGraw back to Reyes. Able to cut through a couple of defenders. Right baseline. Now sending to Abdul. Left baseline.
Boom!
Can you believe it?
Hassan Abdul is having a game tonight. His 6'3", 24 points, leading Pleasantville 51-36. Just under 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
To say he's feeling it would be an understatement. Now here's the steal by McGraw. Down the lane, left hand, no good. Out of bounds, last touch though by the Oakcrest Falcons. So again, a careless turnover there. Now a couple of substitutions checking in. That'll be Gabe Ramos along with Kyle Buskett for Oakcrest.
Tony, we got a fact check. This might be Hassan Abdullah's. Boom! Hassan Abdullah with another three. 27 points. As I was just about to say, this might be his career high. He hits another three.
He's just on fire. So much confidence driving the lane as Mumford hits the deck, and he's going to be helped up. Just one of those games. I'm sure you've had those, right?
Yeah, when I was in the 7th, 8th grade.
So Mumford will move to the free throw line to shoot. Henry coming to the sideline. Frank Turner wants a conversation.
Hassan Abdul didn't play a bad game yesterday either.
No.
The turnovers, they started accumulating and just started killing Pleasantville. And the deficit was just too much to overcome. But he did play a very decent game yesterday early on in the first half. But he's carrying it over here tonight, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. And this is confidence that he's going to need going forward the rest of the season as we step into the college tournament as well as state playoffs.
2 free throws by Mumford. 11 on the evening, but his first 2 in this second half. Henry to McGraw. McGraw loses out of bounds. Last touch by Pleasantville. 54-38. As it's been the Hassan Abdul show here this evening. Down the lane, jumper no good, but here's McGraw with a follow, and he drops it home. McGraw accelerates. Right-hand corner, the jumper is no good, and the rebound is taken off by Pleasantville.
It's an important last minute and 40 for Oakcrest. Try to get a couple stops and a couple baskets, hoping that Pleasantville doesn't extend this lead and make it too far out of reach going into the fourth quarter.
Asil Naji has also checked back in for Pleasantville. And Pleasantville wants to talk things over. 1:25 left in this third quarter of play. The Greyhounds lead it 54-40. Will step aside.
Most people know about Jim Schaefer Jr. and his coaching success in basketball. He was part of 3 state championship teams at Atlantic City High School. Now, through the team at X&O Analytics and Consulting, he not only analyzes sports teams, players, and coaches, but also businesses to improve productivity, performance, and efficiency. NDAs are included. They have experience at the professional, collegiate, high school, and lower levels, as well as small and corporate businesses. Contact them at 609-892-6920 and add Coach Schaefer to your team. This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newt Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Blatt Kia of Abington.
1:25 left in the third. 54-40 Pleasantville on top in this game, and you can credit the outstanding play of Hassan Abdul with 27 points on the evening and a whole bunch of threes.
He's hot tonight. Tony. Pleasantville, only a 9-point lead at halftime, has stretched their lead out to 14 with just over a minute to go in this quarter. And it's on the backs of senior guard Hassan Abdul. He's up to 7 threes tonight, 27, which I'm almost certain, but we're going to fact check. I believe it's a career high for the senior here tonight.
Yeah, it's not just that he hit 7 threes, but I bet you his percentage from threes around 60-70% as well.
Oh, yes, he's on fire. He's shooting very well, but he's playing a complete floor game. He's hustling on both ends. He's playing defense. He's getting assists. He's forcing turnovers. He's doing everything tonight for Pleasantville.
Jumper was no good. Now the follow, still no good. Again, from the rebound, a follow, put back, still no good. And finally, Mumford comes away with it.
Pleasantville with about 4 or 5 attempts on that possession.
Long-range jump, Price.
Yeah.
No good, and the rebound is hauled in underneath. But here's Price with the interception, drives, no good, and scramble for the loose ball taken by Henry in the backcourt. Up court to Reyes, right-hand corner, Dozier for the floater that is no good on the rebound. Taken off by Mumford, down court, Price ahead of everyone, drives, no good. Rebound taken off by Pleasantville. Najee. Frank Turner directing traffic, says find Abdul in the left-hand corner underneath, cutting in and dropping it home for 2. That was Henry.
And another beautiful pass by Hassan Abdul.
At the buzzer, the long-range heave, no good by Jaden Collins, and that's the end of the third. Oh, no, they say it's 1/10 of a second left. So the third quarter still not officially over. Why not?
Even though it wouldn't count,
Yes.
it was fun to see it almost went in.
Yeah, he's done it all here in this game. So hitting a shot from three-quarter court, hey, why not? Abdul with 27 points. So 56-40 after 3. The fourth quarter coming up.
Jim Schaefer started his life in Egg Harbor City, where he was a 3-sport all-star at Egg Harbor City High School. From there, he went on to succeed in 2 sports at Glassboro State College, eventually landing back in high school sports at Mainland Regional High School. He coached 3 sports to championship seasons at Mainland, coached college basketball, became a successful umpire, and was a key member of the Prime Event sports team. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation has been created to produce this live coverage of high school sports and to raise money for equipment and scholarships for sports programs of all ages. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation. This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Blatt Kia of Abington.
Okay, we go to the fourth quarter. Pleasantville ahead comfortably now 56-40. In the last 2 quarters, they've outscored the Falcons 46-26, and therein lies the story of this game, in addition to the fabulous play of Hassan Abdul with 27 points and 7 threes. Mumford underneath, cutting in, looking for the scoop, no good, but a whistle on the play.
Yes, Pleasantville has a 16-point lead right now, but I'm sure Coach Turner is not going to lay off and take his foot off the gas. I believe he's out here. He wants a statement win tonight. After coming off a tough loss yesterday, they look back to get in the win column, and I believe that he wants to keep his foot on the gas and really make a statement going forward that his team can possibly knock someone off early in the first round in the college tournament and maybe be in store for an upset going through the second and third round of the playoff.
Kyle Boskin shooting the free throws, misses the first. There's a violation on the second. So Cameron Warner has really substituted very freely here in this fourth quarter, end of the third quarter. Some players who are not normally in the ball game, but he put them in there maybe to get them some experience. I don't know exactly, but that's the case.
Maybe he's just looking for a spark. He's down 16, now 18, but maybe he's not giving up. Maybe he thinks some younger players out here that maybe can make something happen, get back in the game, maybe cut the lead down to 12 or 10, and see if they can make a quicker run.
Here's Montford for the side jumper. That is good. So he's starting to come out a little bit after being quiet in the second half of play. McGraw, right-hand corner. Dozier, the jumper, no good. Rebound taken by Henry. Henry cuts in, loses control, and now it's taken away by Montford. Montford underneath looking to feed Ramos off his fingertips, but last touch, they say, by Pleasantville.
Samaj Dozier, who's Pleasantville's leading scorer, hasn't found a rhythm tonight. He's usually a decent three-point shooter. He's been off the mark, hasn't really found a rhythm, and I think he's still trying to find his offense, not just letting the game come to him. But Samaj Dozier is probably the best scorer for Pleasantville, just having an off night. But Hassan Abdul has carried the way for him.
Mumford down the lane. No good. Rebound fought for, but tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Pleasantville. Najee has returned for the Greyhounds. Also back Forrest for Oakcrest. Down the lane for the floater that is good. That was Dozier.
Right on cue, Samaj Dozier puts his shoulder down and gets to the basket. It's a contested two. It's up to 7 points on the evening.
Down low, Mumford. Turn around. No good. Rebound tapped. No good. Rebound fought for. Grabbed off by Barnes. Down the lane for the scoop. It's Najee going left hand. Had a big opening there. Najee's first two of the evening.
So Pleasantville up 20 now. Really putting a stamp on this game.
Got Mumford.
Mumford again with the offensive rebound and basket. He's up to 16. Now it's becoming a track meet. Amir McGraw straight down the lane for two. I'm sure Coach Cam Warner couldn't be happy with that. Nobody stopped the ball.
Bosket, center court. Mumford, left side. Webster. Up top. Mumford. And now timeout called by Warner. I don't think he liked the way they were running the offense there and wanted to talk it over. 5:23 left in the ball game. 64-42, the Greyhounds.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's AJ Greenblatt. I'm the dealer principal here at Matt Blatt Nissan. We have an amazing staff. I'm truly so blessed to be able to work with people who I really consider my family, who I talk to every single day. I feel if you walk into any of our dealerships, you're met with an overwhelming positive energy. Everybody says hi to you. It feels like a really good place to be at. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to buy a car. You know, for those of you in the automotive field that are looking, there's no better place to work than Matt Blatt dealerships. And for customers looking to buy cars, there's no one more transparent. There's no process that's easier. We'll deliver cars to your house without ever having to step foot in the dealership. We have a 4-day love it or leave it return policy. So if you're not totally happy, you just bring the car right back to us. It's not an exchange program. We genuinely care about you being happy. You know, we think that this is such an easy, positive experience that most dealers make so difficult that if you come in and you give us one opportunity, we know that we can make you a customer for life.
.523 left in this ball game. 64-42, the Greyhounds with a comfortable lead.
Just in the update from mainland. Ocean City 55, mainland 37. Ocean City is one of those teams in the Cape Atlantic that a lot of teams believe they do have a chance to run the tables and win the Cal tournament. College tournament will definitely be exciting this year. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. I'm almost certain we'll see a couple possible upsets. You never know. Maybe Pleasantville might be one of those teams. Got Lower Cape May, but it's going to be interesting.
Turnaround is good, but they say going to be waved off. Mason Webster connecting, but they said he traveled before let fly, so it'll be Pleasantville basketball again. Underneath, scoop is no good. Outside, here's Dozier. The jumper is short. Rebound is taken off by Diggs. Fires up court, intending for Webster, but it's picked off by Dozier. Right-hand corner, McGraw. Send it outside. I think this is going to be a backcourt violation, but it is not. Jumper is no good. Rebound tapped out, taken by Diggs. Right-hand corner for the side jumper that is no good. That one by Forrest, and the rebound taken off by Pleasantville. Barnes with a step, no good with a rejection. Tapped up, no good. Tapped in our direction. Last touched. Or was there a penalty?
There was a foul, loose ball foul on Takis Barnes. Ran the player over inadvertently. That's his third foul on the evening. 3:58 remaining in the fourth quarter, 64-44. Pleasantville, after a slow start in the first quarter, Pleasantville's got going. All second has been all Pleasantville.
Montfort, outside Price, left alone for the jumper that is good for three.
LeVar Price having a quietly decent game, 13 points tonight.
We're going to get a foul called along the far sideline. Dozier and McGraw both are taking a rest. Najee in. Abdul, Barnes, as well as Nelson for the Greyhounds. Najee deep on the right-hand corner. Sends it outside to Richardson. Wasn't really paying attention, it didn't seem, for the pass, and got through his hands, but last touch by Oakcrest. 3:33 left. Najee again, step back, jump.
Boom!
Hits again.
Right off the bench, right back to it. Hassan Abdul with his 8th three of the night and has 30 points for the game.
Their three-point ball defense has not been very good on Abdul. He just set it and let it fly down the lane for a scoop that is partially rejected out of bounds. And you're going to keep giving it to me, guys. I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it.
He's going to take it. He caught that, took a step right in, stepped right into it. It looked beautiful from when from the time he left his hands at the top of the key.
3:03 left, 67-47. 20-point advantage. Najee down the lane.
Beautiful left hand.
Yeah.
Beautiful left-handed layup.
Price accelerates down the lane, rejected, but he's going to be fouled on his trip down the lane. I believe it was 4 before he let fly.
So Pleasantville's closing in on their point total from the first game when these two teams met up. They scored 73 points in the first meeting back on January 15th.
Checking in for Pleasantville, Asmir Marable. Outside, here's Diggs. He replaces Henry. Diggs off the pick from Mumford. Right-hand corner. Webster down low. Mumford outside. Diggs with a spin down the lane. Scoops, no good. The spin was nice, but the attempt was not. Up court, down the lane. Left-hander, no good. Rebound is taken off by Walker. To Diggs. Center court, Price. Down the lane against Abdul, has it poked away and taken off by Najee.
Abdul with the strip, playing both ends. Oh!
Down the lane for the attempt, which stuff was Najee, but just could not get it to go. Looking for the highlight here.
Oh, Nasir Najee tried to put Nareem Monfort on the poster. That was the last thing I was expecting as he came across the foul line. That was a beautiful attempt right there. We got to give him an A for effort. A for effort.
No question. First is good.
While we got a second, want to give a shout out to a Pleasantville legend. It's in the house tonight. Former head coach Butch Warner, the second all-time leading coach in wins here at Pleasantville behind Coach Leary. Here in support of his son Cam Warner against his former team, Pleasantville.
Mumford. Left-hand corner on the drive, looking to cross court. That was steal. Yeah, he's playing a full game
with the
down
steal
the lane
and the
for the
assist.
assist.
Hassan Abdul doing it all tonight. He's having, I know it has to be the best game of his career thus far.
No doubt about it. Here's Webster. Montford down the lane, and a whistle. And the other thing, too, is you got to figure the opposition now. They saw this game. They got to start thinking about this kid. I mean, if he can do this kind of damage and play defense and also point guard action where he has great assists, I mean, you got to prepare for him. You just cannot let him sit out there. He's not going to probably have the percentage from three that he had this evening, but still, it's something you got to prepare for.
Definitely. He's having a great night, so I'm sure that's going to a big play on his confidence. Pleasantville is hopeful to get Jamil Hudson back within the next couple games, which was their previous leading scorer.
And down the lane was Marble.
Yeah, so with Hassan Abdul playing the way he's playing, hopefully getting Jamil Hudson back. Oh. He tried it. He almost got up there. Too good, Najee.
Here's Ramos. Down the lane, Ramos no good, but a whistle on the play. So I was about to say, he's getting a second chance for the flush. Just could not get up high enough to throw it down, but he'll take the two.
Yeah. Pleasantville with a 30-point lead. Their go-to player, Samaj Dozier, didn't have one of his best games tonight. Was off tonight, never really got in the rhythm, but everyone else stepped up for Pleasantville defensively in the second half. They cracked down on Oakcrest, and they're closing in on a 30-point win tonight.
14 seconds left. Abdul just going to, dribble the timeout. Webster watches him, but Abdul can handle the ball so well. The effort will be futile, and that's it. 77-49. Pleasantville takes the season series. They sweep the season series from Oakcrest. And they looked very, very good this evening. And, of course, Abdul with the record-setting performance, not only in points with 30, but I believe 8 threes on the evening. So he is just tearing it up here this evening, and probably his best game ever. And we were here to see it and bring it to you. So we're going to be back to wrap it up in just a moment.
Jim Schaefer started his life in Egg Harbor City, where he was a 3-sport all-star at Egg Harbor City High School. From there, he went on to succeed in 2 sports at Glassboro State College, eventually landing back in high school sports at Mainland Regional High School. He coached 3 sports to championship seasons at Mainland, coached college basketball, became a successful umpire, and was a key member of the Prime Event sports team. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation has been created to produce this live coverage of high school sports and to raise money for equipment and scholarships for sports programs of all ages. The Jim Newton Schaefer Foundation.
It's a President's Day sale all month long only at Matt Black Kia of Abington. Right now, put 0 down and pay 0.9% interest for 48 months on any all-new 2023 Kia Sorento. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released. Our trade-in offers have never been higher, and we want your trade even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. And remember, with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, you simply can't make a mistake. Come visit us now at 1515 Easton Road in Roslyn, PA. It's gotta be a Matt Black Kia.
Most people know about Jim Schaefer Jr. and his coaching success in basketball. He was part of 3 state championship teams at Atlantic City High School. Now, through the team at X&O Analytics and Consulting, he not only analyzes sports teams, players, and coaches, but also businesses to improve productivity, performance, and efficiency. NDAs are included. They have experience at the professional, collegiate, high school, and lower levels, as well as small and corporate businesses. Contact them at 609-892-6920 and add Coach Schaefer to your team. This is the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week, presented by the Jim Newt Schaefer Foundation and Prime Events, and powered by UBS for global financial advice and expertise that matters, and by Matt Black Kia of Abington.
All right, back here at Pleasantville, the Greyhounds with an impressive win, knocking off Oakcrest 77-49. It was tight after the first quarter, 17-14. The Greyhounds were leading it, but then the next 3 quarters they outscored visiting Falcons 67-35. So they found their offense, and they really found their offense in the name of one, Hassan Abdul, with 30 points, 8 threes, and not just 8 threes, probably hit, 60, 70, maybe more percent from downtown. He was just outstanding.
Yes, it was the Hassan Abdul show tonight. As you stated, 30 points on 8 threes, shot an outstanding percentage, and he played a complete floor game. He played defense, he got assists, he got rebounds, and he made timely baskets. It seemed like every time that Pleasantville was about to pull away, Oakcrest, they hit a big basket. And what Hassan Abdul did, he kept answering time and time again. And I'm sure that Coach Turner is also happy with the way his team played defense second half. They got down, they played man-to-man defense. They forced a lot of turnovers. They got into the open court, and they executed in the half court, something that they've been having a problem with all season. So I'm sure that they're going to take a lot from this game as they're going forward. Wednesday, they have a big game. They have a very big game this Wednesday at Absegami. Absegami, I believe, is 13-4 on the season. I was here the last time these 2 teams played. It was a 1-point game, very close game, very winnable for Pleasantville. So it's interesting to see how that game will turn out, especially with seeding on the line for the Cal tournament.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, when you listen to Coach Turner, he says we have a very young team. Some of the kids have never even played basketball. We just got to mold them into what we want in our players and how they play the game. It's a culture that they have to establish, Pleasantville, that I think if there's anybody who can do it based on not only his playing but his experience and what he knows as to how to build a program, I think he's someone who can certainly do it. And of course, we saw Absegami earlier this season. They played against Holy Spirit, and it was a very interesting game. They rebound the ball very well. They have a couple of people who can put it on the floor and score. And now I think they just got a transfer who just became eligible, who had an outstanding game the last time out. And so that should be a very interesting game. But as the season goes along, you talk about freshmen or sophomores, they haven't played that much, or rookies when you're talking about professional ball. But the coaches always say he's not a rookie anymore. He's not a freshman anymore. Now he's got experience, so we expect him to play the way he's capable of playing.
Yes, it's late in the season. It's the final week of the regular season, and as we're getting into playoff basketball, a lot of the excuses go out the window. If you're on the court, you're expected to be productive. These teams, if you've seen Pleasantville from game 1 to where they're at now, they've made tremendous strides. A lot of their young guys are very important pieces of this team, and their young guys are stepping up. Samaj Dozier, one of Pleasantville's key players, is only a sophomore. He didn't have a great game tonight, but they definitely expect big games and big performances out of him down the stretch. If he plays well with a couple of the other pieces, Hassan Abdul is added in that mix, Pleasantville does have a chance to go in and knock off some teams. So it should definitely be interesting. We're looking forward to how the season ends. It's some great matchups coming down the stretch of the year, and let's get ready. Let's get ready for the Cal tournament, which we will be in the building. Schedule will be announced shortly, but we will be doing some games in the Cal tournament as well as some local home games in the state playoffs. So we're ready, Tony. Let's get this show on the road. It's playoff time.
I'll tell you, I think that this year, this may be the most well-balanced Cape Atlantic League relating to the Cape Atlantic League tournament I can remember. There are so many teams that really have a legit shot of winning the Cape Atlantic League tournament because some of the good teams are knocking off the other good teams, and back and forth they go. And this could be a really interesting Cape Atlantic League tournament, and we're looking forward to it, as you said. So the Jim Schaefer Game of the Week is a series of live video streams produced by Prime Events in association with the Jim Newt Schaefer Foundation to promote high school sports. As always, want to thank Sean Kelly, our producer here at the ball game, outstanding as always, and Kevin Conlon, who is our videographer. Of course, my sidekick, Hama Johnson, who has just done a great job since really coming on board here, joining us, doing analysts and also analyzing it, and the color commentator, and also interviewing the coaches yesterday at the Battle at the Bay. Just want to thank him so much. So once again, the final score here from Pleasantville. The Greyhounds taking it 77-49 to sweep the season series. Oakcrest falls to 7-11, and Pleasantville improves to 8-11. So, for Kamal, this is Tony Blum. Hope you enjoyed it. So long for now.